The UK government is shifting to a more assertive defence posture, prioritising warfighting readiness. This marks a major change from years focused on peacekeeping and counterinsurgency. Now, the emphasis is on preparing for potential state-on-state conflict. The government sees this as a necessary response to a more dangerous world. Warfighting readiness means preparing for high-intensity combat against technologically advanced adversaries. This shift requires new skills, equipment, and a rapid deployment mindset. The armed forces must be able to deter aggression and, if needed, fight and win against peer competitors. Recent government reviews and white papers highlight the urgency of this transformation. Ministers point to global instability as justification for this renewed focus. The message is clear. The era of assuming enduring peace is over. This new direction impacts not just the military, but also the public and the economy. Increased investment and changes in military posture are already underway. We'll explore what this means for the armed forces, ordinary citizens, and the national economy. We'll also look at historical parallels and the threats driving this policy. Finally, we'll consider how this stance could reshape the relationship between government and the British public. Understanding this shift is crucial for everyone in the UK. For the British Army, warfighting readiness means bigger, more complex training and rapid adaptation. There's renewed focus on armoured warfare, artillery and air defence. Equipment upgrades are being fast-tracked to keep pace with modern threats. Army structures are evolving to create more lethal, deployable units. The goal: ensure the army can fight effectively in a major conflict, likely alongside allies. The Royal Navy is boosting fleet readiness, ensuring ships and submarines can deploy at short notice. The carrier strike group and anti-submarine capabilities are being enhanced. Protecting sea lanes and operating in contested waters are now top priorities. The RAF is focused on fast jet availability, advanced radar and upgraded missile systems. Intelligence, surveillance and cyber capabilities are being expanded. Space and cyber domains are now integral to modern warfare. Joint operations across Army, Navy and Air Force are essential. Interoperability with NATO allies is a must, driving more joint exercises. Reserve forces are being re-evaluated as a key part of national resilience. Ensuring all units are well trained and equipped is central to this holistic approach. The armed forces are being reshaped for a new era of readiness. Warfighting readiness could mean more public awareness campaigns and a focus on national resilience. Citizens may see more information on emergency preparedness and infrastructure protection. Government and private sector cooperation will likely increase to secure energy, communications and transport. Emergency services may play a larger role in national resilience planning. Civilian military exercises could become more visible, testing crisis response. The whole of society approach means everyone has a part to play in security. Businesses may be encouraged to boost their own resilience. Volunteerism in civil defence roles could be promoted. The government must balance preparedness messaging to avoid public anxiety. Media and public discourse will need to be managed responsibly. The aim: a well-informed, resilient public, not a fearful one. National security is becoming a shared responsibility. This shift could subtly influence daily life and public expectations. Warfighting readiness means higher defence spending with a target of 2.5% of GDP and rising. Funds are going to new hardware personnel and advanced technologies like AI and cyber. This sparks debate. Can the UK afford more defence spending amid other public needs? Some argue it diverts resources from health and education. Others say security comes first. The defence industry supports jobs and innovation, benefiting the wider economy. Government will highlight these economic positives to build support. Sustained higher spending could become the new normal if threats persist. Policymakers must ensure defence budgets are sustainable and don't harm essential services. Balancing security and economic health will be a constant challenge. Defence investment can drive regional growth and skills, but the long-term fiscal impact must be managed carefully. The economic burden of readiness is real, but so are the potential benefits. The debate over priorities will shape the UK's future. The Cold War offers a key parallel. Britain maintained high military readiness for decades. Civil defence and public awareness were central, as peace was never guaranteed. The 1930s rearmament drive also shows the challenges of rapidly rebuilding after neglect. Political and economic debates over preparedness are nothing new. Today's threats are more complex. Cyber, Hybrid tactics and advanced tech reshape the battlefield. Globalization means conflicts have wider impacts. Simple comparisons with the past don't capture today's realities. Still, history teaches the value of foresight, investment, and public support. National unity and effective management of economic burdens remain crucial. Past experiences show the risks of underestimating threats. Studying history helps policymakers and the public understand current challenges. The context may change, but the need for readiness endures. Lessons from the past can guide today's decisions. The main driver is the resurgence of state-based threats, especially Russia's invasion of Ukraine. China's growing power and assertiveness also raise concerns. Advanced weapons, cyber warfare, and space militarization complicate the threat landscape. Hybrid threats like disinformation and economic coercion are on the rise. Instability in regions worldwide adds to the sense of danger. Intelligence assessments show a more volatile, unpredictable world. The government believes the old assumptions of post-Cold War security no longer hold. A higher level of military preparedness is now seen as prudent and necessary. The UK is adapting to a new era of global risk. Warfighting readiness will influence policy beyond defence, impacting foreign trade and industrial strategies. Protecting critical infrastructure and supply chains will be a top priority. A whole-of-government approach is needed for today's complex security challenges. Public expectations of government may shift, demanding more transparency and reassurance. Parliament's oversight and public debate will be vital for legitimacy. The government must clearly explain the reasons for this shift and build public trust. A sense of shared purpose can strengthen national resilience if managed responsibly. Ultimately, Britain must decide what level of readiness is sustainable and what role citizens should play in a more uncertain world.